Hey guys, how are you? As you're coming in, I would so appreciate if you can tell me that you can hear me. That would be amazing. So just say, yes, I can hear you. Because yesterday I was having the most issues. Yay! Awesome, awesome. I was so worried. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming on. I'm so excited. I'm even doing PowerPoint, y'all. I am not a PowerPoint person because I still have PowerPoint PTSD from when I was in corporate America, but I did it for you all. This is how much I am so excited. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. That's awesome. I'm so glad I can take these off because I'm not using this. It's so good to see you. We're going to have a good time. I am going to do my very best to leave you time for questions. And yeah, we're just gonna see what God has for us today. I'm excited. You know what they say, that when the speaker, and even when you're preaching to all of us here that are preachers, I think, that God always has a word for us, always, even if you're delivering the word. So I'm very excited. Thank you, Carrie. I got it on Amazon. My sister had one that was similar, and I'm like, I need that in my life. So look it up on Amazon. It's called, what is it called? A mandala. So it's a mandala. So just type mandala background and it will come. Let me just type that for you. Mandala background. And they have tons and tons of really beautiful ones. So let me know if you get it too, okay? So you guys are coming in. I'm going to start right on time because even though I am an island girl, I believe in being on time. Okay. My dad was not in the military, but he raised us like he was in the military. So listen, I'm excited. I'm glad that it's working. It's speaking to you, Carrie. Definitely check it out. Well, you want to guess, since you have a minute, hearing the accent and how colorful and all the stuff that I have on, which island will you guess that I'm from? Anybody else can guess too. That's totally okay. I'm just tickled excited that the audio is working, because it was giving me the most hard time yesterday. Trinidad. No, I'm not from Trinidad. That would have been really cool. I haven't even been there yet. One of the islands that I want to visit. Nope, have not been there yet. Not from Trinidad. I'll give you one more try. Anybody else wants to guess? And let me get Barbados. I get Barbados a lot too. Not Barbados. And I haven't been to that one either. I only been to Bermuda. I think I only been to Bermuda and Puerto Rico, of course, because it's super close to me. So I'm Dominican, born and raised Dominican. All right, it's 11. It's 11. So let me share my screen. And Google Chrome. Okay, sure. Hold on one quick second. I'm gonna say application. Oh, Chrome tab. Hold on, because I have it. Application window. Okay, it is right here. So why are you being difficult? All right, let's do it one more time. Share screen. All right, here we go. It is right there. It was right there. All right. So let me know if you guys can see it. Yeah, you can. Awesome. Let me know if you guys can see it. We're going to get right started with leveraging courses to expand your ministry. Let me know in the chat if you can see it. Okay. Let me know. Awesome. Now, I don't believe in doing slides where you have to read. These are just placeholders because I know people love to screenshots and stuff. So we're just going to get right into it. I'm so glad that we're here. So Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for every person that is watching this live and watching the replay. You have power to bless them either way. And I'm just so very thankful and humble that you chose me to deliver this. So I am listening, and I pray that everything that is shared today is exactly what you wanted me to share and for them to hear. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. All right, so welcome to Leveraging Courses to Expand Your Ministry. I think it will let me move. All right, so we go to the next one. There we go. Awesome. And I think it will let me. Yes, it will. Okay, awesome. So I can move it over here, I believe. Let me see. Okay, cool. Now, I want to give an agenda just because I think it's important to keep you up to date of what's going to be happening. So today we're going to discuss who am I? So many of you don't know who I am and why you should listen to me. We'll talk about what the Great Commission is. And no, I'm not going to preach, I promise, but I really wanted to talk about that because it does help to understand that we are supposed to leverage our time and our resources so we can do what God has called us to do. That's why I do what I do. This funds the things that I know I'm called to do beyond business. Okay. We'll talk about so little time and so much to do. It's easy for you, but it's not for them. Teach them. That's my favorite. How to leverage courses. And then we'll wrap up with how to connect with me online. Okay. Awesome. So who is Catherine and why you should listen to her? There is some language that I use. I call them receipts, like the things that I have been able to do, where I have been, who I am. And that really helps people to kind of connect and be like, yeah, this is someone that I can listen to. So I have done TEDx twice, even though English was not my first language. I learned English as an adult, and it was so scary, and I still did it, and it was amazing. You can find those TEDx talks on the internet. If you type Catherine Store in TEDx, both my TEDx talks will pop right up. I am the author of about 24 books, and those are my books. I have authored books for other people because I'm also a ghostwriter. They are people that you don't know that I've written books for, and that's the way it should be, because a ghostwriter, it's in the background, nobody knows about it, but I have done that. I am the creator of more than 20 courses. Those are my courses. I have created even more for my clients and my students. And I am the content monetization strategist for many of your favorite faith-based coaches. What does that mean? Many of the offers that you see, many of the promotions that they're doing, they are consulting with me because they are coaches, they are doing programs, and sometimes they just need to figure out how they do it. Many of them have conflict with charging and coming up with pricing. Pricing is one of my favorite things, and I know a lot of people struggle with that. So those are the things that qualify me to talk about how you make more money, how you leverage yourself and your ministry with courses. Okay. Now, I wanted to talk about what's the Great Commission. And I know many of us know what the Great Commission is, but sometimes we forget because we think it only applies to church. And we think like, oh my God, God called me and I am a husband, a mother, a grandmother, a grandfather, an aunt and an uncle. And your parents are getting older and you have kids and you have hobbies and people that are pulling on you all the time. And you're like, okay, God kind of set me up. I don't know if you ever felt that way. Like there are so many gifts and talents that I have. How on earth am I going to do it all? And he did not mean to set you up. He wanted you to be smart. But still, the Great Commission is, and of course we know that it's in Matthew 28. We're going to start in verse 18. And Jesus came and spoke to them saying, all authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things that I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Now, I don't know about you, but it can be a little hard to go to all the nations. All the nations. It can be hard. You could probably go to one nation at a time only, right? And some of those nations are very far away from each other. So how on earth are you going to reach all the nations if you're only one little OU? And now I love traveling. Traveling is amazing. I if I could travel every month, which I was doing before this crazy thing happened, I would travel every month because God speaks to me when I'm traveling, whether by boat, whether by plane or by train. Let me know in the chat if that's you. Like the moment you put your foot in any vehicle, God begins to just tell you, like, I don't know if it's the elevation, I don't know if it's the movement, but whatever it is, God begins to speak to me right away. And I'm always with my notebook, with my journal, taking notes, listening, because I know it's something that I could not get if I was home. So if you are to go to all the ends of the earth, if God is calling you, if he's saying that you are to make disciples and use all your gifts and talents, how are you going to do that if you haven't taken the time to leverage? What is leverage? Leverage is simple, where you take advantage of what you have created, what you have, and you make it better. So simple as that. You make it in such a way that it can be multiplied, that it can be used in an amazing way. Okay. Let me know if you guys are with me so far. Just making sure that I haven't lost you, that you are with me. Just type, yes, I'm with you. And that the audio is still fine as we get into the meat and potatoes of that presentation. Okay, awesome. Okay, you're just paying attention. Okay, good. I am one of those presenters and preachers. I need you to talk to me. I need you to talk back to me. This is the only time that a mother is saying, talk back to me. You know, growing up as an island girl, you were not supposed to talk back to your parents. But as a speaker, I need you to say amen. I need you to say, yeah, that was for me. Yeah, I just need that. Okay, so I'm asking for what I need because I believe in communication. Awesome. Thank you. Fantastic. All right. So we talked about so little time, so much to do. It is so imperative that you understand that time is a gift. Time is a gift. Sometimes we think that we have so much time to do everything in their brother. Guess what? You don't know how much time you have. You just don't know. And that's why we cannot say, I'll do it tomorrow. That's why we cannot say, you know what, I'll work on that. Catherine, you know, I love what you're saying. I love your books and your programs, but, you know, we're really busy right now. So when I have time, like a month from now, listen, you don't even know where you're going to be a month from now. Last year was the perfect example of saying next time. Do you know how many people had to do a TEDx talk via Zoom? Not the same thing. Can you type that for me? Hashtag not the same thing. If you did it, I'm happy for you. I'm proud for you. It still counts. But as someone that has done it twice, that almost lost her lunch because I was so nervous, and it was the thing that just blessed me so much. Standing on that red circle, seeing yourself there, listen, you need to be there. You need to be there. And the people that said they were going to do it later, we don't know when those things are going to be done in person again. We don't know. Having the audience there, having the lights, like they're blinding and they're amazing, and having the picture taken in front of the sign that they make that have TEDx and the name of the location. Not the same thing. So there's so many things that you said you were going to do, but because the world has changed, you did not get to do them the way that they were intended to be done. A lot of people are having to do weddings that are not in alignment with what they wanted. Why? Because they dragged their feet and they did not get it done what they were supposed to. So time is of the essence. Time is a gift, and you cannot keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. Can I get an amen? You cannot keep doing the same thing. So if time is of the essence, that means that what you do today, if you can find a way to duplicate that, if you can have a way so that you do something once and then you can keep getting paid, and we'll talk about that in the next slide. Listen, that's what we need to do, because we have a great commission. We have a lot of things to do, and we have to work smarter and not harder. That's just my philosophy. Okay. And that's what we talk about, cloning yourself. Now, I don't know how I feel about the actual cloning, but I'm talking about how do you find yourself in different places at the same time? There are people learning from me right now, and I'm here with you live. This is not recorded. This is live. But there are people learning from me right now, and I'm getting paid right now for something that I did last summer. Last summer, I took advantage of the downtime, okay? And I re-recorded my entire premium program, re-recorded the whole entire thing, redid it, okay? Why? Because I realized that God was gifting me and all of us time. How do we know that every time that something happens is for our good? He works everything for our good. So I realized it was an amazing opportunity. So I cloned myself. I'm teaching. My teaching is available everywhere. Okay. It's so big that I had to add an extra syllable. Everywhere people can learn at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know that people's times are messed up, right? People are not sleeping the same way. People are, their work has changed. And some people learn better at night. That's me. I like learning at night. If I cannot sleep or if I took a nap earlier in the day, how amazing it would be that whatever you know how to do really well, that you created a program and you did it one single time. And now people can learn at 3 o'clock in the morning in Bangladesh. You may never go to Bangladesh. Did you know that there are people in Norway reading my books? I have not been to Norway yet, but my books, I wrote those books back in my first one in 2015. One time. I haven't touched that book since 2015, and I'm still getting paid from that book. That's the power of leveraging what you do with the course, with the program, with the solution. Do it once and keep getting paid. Now you're going to free yourself. What are you going to do with that time? There are some projects that have nothing to do with business for many of you. Let me know if that's you. There are some things that God has called you to do that require time, that require your concentration and require money, right? Let me know, unless you're independently wealthy. How are you going to do that if you're tied to the pulpit? How are you going to do that if you're always counseling people, if you're always repeating yourself over and over again? Raise your hand if you find yourself counseling people and teaching people the same principle over and over again. Let me know. Because that to me is tedious. That to me is like, if I say the same thing one more time, I'm about to lose my faith. Let me know. I'm just keeping it real. Like if I say that one more time, I cannot be teaching the same thing over and over again. So when you free yourself because you have taken the time to write down the same questions, you're going to record yourself and be like, okay, these are the FAQs, frequently asked questions. These are the things that people ask me all the time. Okay, when they ask you next time, listen, go over here, buy yourself this course for $100 and then call me in the morning. And now we can talk about the things that I don't say all the time. I can customize this for you. You see what I'm saying? It just changes your life. So there is a lot to do, but you can work smarter with your time. You can work smarter with your time. I hope that's helping somebody. I hope you're having some aha moments already because God is speaking already. Now, this is what I commend, and I had to use this picture. It's easy for you. Let me know if there's something that you can do that people are praising you on the regular, and you're like baffled by it. You're like, no, but it's really not a big deal. Let me know if that happens to you. It could be preaching, it can be singing, it can be how you outline your messages and people say it's amazing. It can be how you direct your church, how your church is so organized, how your youth program is set up, how you have your business set up. People tell you that all the time. How you figured out how to put your suits together, your dresses together, how you put yourself together, how you present yourself, how your marriage is. And you're like, it's easy. I know it's easy for you. It's not easy for them. I know it's hard to understand because you've been doing it your whole life or you learn how to do it. And you're thinking, Catherine, I'm not going to create a course out of that because I can outline a message in no time. You know that my outlines, this is all I have for notes right here. I love index cards, by the way. Of course, it's colorful. That's all I have for notes. I don't need nothing else. That's it. I don't need anything else. I can outline anything in 1, 2, 3, done. Now, some people need to have more notes. They have to have more information. They have to write everything out. Nothing wrong with that. And it's harder for them or it's a longer process. Not for me. I can outline a book super duper quickly. And guess what? There's a course for that. It's a course for that. Everything that is mega easy for me. I understand for a fact that it's not easy for me. Now I want to ask you a question. I want you to think of something that is very difficult for you. Once you have it, type got it. Something that is really, really, really hard for you to do. And you're like trying to figure it out. And like, I don't know how they do it. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys. I so appreciate you guys helping me out. Love it. Do you know that there are probably millions of people that will laugh at you right now? Not in a mean way, but they'll be like, are you serious right now? They would laugh at you because they'll be like, that is so easy for me. And you would be like, what do you mean? Like, I don't even know how to get started. You get intimidated by the whole thing. Like, I can shop for a house, no problem. Do not ask me to put it together. Do not ask me to decorate it because I don't know. I'll put it in the room. I'll push it against the wall or something. I don't know how to do it. Who's really good at decorating here? Let me know. Just say me. Say, Catherine, I'm an ace. I can decorate a house and make it look like HGTV or something. I cannot do it. I can copy things. I cannot decorate for my life. I can buy the stuff. I cannot put it together. I cannot put it together. So just like that thing that you thought about that I asked you to think that is very difficult for you, there are people that can teach you. Okay? So going back to the thing that I said was easy for you, somebody wants to learn that from you, not from me. The thing that is super easy for you, somebody is dying for you. And literally, sometimes they die because they don't know what you have. They don't know how you overcame depression. They don't know how you lost the weight. They don't know how you met your mate. They don't know how you started in ministry. They don't know how you answer the call. So many things that you could be teaching right now. I want you to make a list. I'm going to give you homework right now because I'm a coach. You can do it for later. I want you to type it though. What is easy for me? I want you to make a list, not tomorrow because you don't know where you're going to be tomorrow. Today, what are the things that come super duper naturally to me? Did you know that there's a lady, a white lady, that she was teaching people at her house how to cook a chicken? She would charge $47. And all she did, okay, you're not going to believe this. All she did was she took the chicken out of the bag. She didn't even wash it. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Please, God, forgive her. She didn't even wash the chicken. And she would put it in a pan and she would put some salt and pepper. And she charged $47 for that. And she did that all the time. Now imagine she recorded herself and she did it once and people felt like they got their money's worth from that. Now, I'm not saying you go ahead and do that, but I'm just giving you an example of what people are charging for while they're leveraging the knowledge that they have. So who here is going to do their homework? Who here is going to be like, Catherine, I'm going to take the time today and I'm going to write down all the things that are easy for me to do. All the things. I see one person, all the things. I want to see all of you say, I am going to write a list of all the things that are easy for me to do because you're leaving money on the table. And you keep saying that you don't have time to do things, well, and you don't have the resources sometimes, record yourself, create a program, charge money for it. Start helping the people because it's easy for you. It is not easy for them. I need you to understand that. It is not easy for them. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing. Yep. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, how do you leverage courses? And now sometimes we think a course is very complicated. I am the queen of Teacher Easy. People actually call me Dr. Easy, even though I'm not a doctor. I do play one on the internet because I have a gift of turning things that are complicated and I make them easy. It's a gift. I cannot take credit. God made me this way. Okay. So a course is simply a group of resources that you have put together ahead of time, and then you charge people for it. It is as simple as that. I actually created a formula, put it in a book, even though I cannot believe how simple it is. And I help people with that. And I did that book back in 2018. And it's the flagship of everything that I do. So number one, do it once, keep getting paid. That is my favorite thing. Okay, that's just for me. That just blesses my soul. Even saying that you create that course one time, and you keep getting paid, especially if you have a church, especially if you have a ministry, especially if you have a faith-based business and you are known for something. You have a formula, you have a system, you are an expert, you are known for this thing. Why don't you have a course? I'm actually asking, how come you don't have a course for that thing that people keep praising you for? Like every time you do it, every time they have a chance, like, when are you going to teach me that? Especially when they say they cannot afford your fees. Hello. Especially when they say, I want to work with you, but I just can't afford your $5,000 program. I cannot afford your $10,000 program. And you should have those, by the way. If you don't have them and you're here, what you doing? Okay. You can be helping the people with a very simple course. You know what I did? I have the intro version of the Teacher Easy program. I have the premium version of the Teacher Easy program. And people that cannot afford that for some reason, they need to buy the book. The book is $27. If they cannot afford the book, I don't know what to tell you. And why is the book $27? Because I want them to make the investment and realize that it hurts a little bit, or it's not any other regular book. I want them to realize that. Do it once and keep getting paid. Do it once and keep getting paid. Number 2, you get to be in multiple places at the same time. If you are a very sought out speaker, and there is a place that wants you to come speak, but they cannot afford your fee, you can offer them licenses of your course. Listen, that one is for free. You don't even have to pay for that one, okay? You can say, listen, I know that you want me to come, but this is my fee. However, I created this that I believe it will really, really, really help your congregation, your organization. This is only $500. And you keep doing that over and over and over and over again. I'm going to give you the link, Christopher. Thank you for asking. It's called Teacher Easy. It's the 10-step formula to Teacher Easy, how to build wealth by teaching others what comes naturally to you. I'm going to show you the link. Okay. I'm going to show you the link. I'm going to give you an opportunity to get it. So don't worry. Thank you for asking though. But do you see what's happening? If you had a program and whenever you're speaking and you're adding value, people will be asking you the same thing. What's the link? Where do I buy that? You know how often that happens to me? Hey, Catherine, I can afford your $5,000 program, but I need to create a program ASAP. What's the link to the intro program? Because I know I need it. I know I need it. And I know I cannot work with you one-on-one. I know your fees, but can I get that? And I'm like, absolutely. It would be my pleasure because I want to help you. I created it once and I'm actually going to be traveling on. I'm on vacation, but you can be learning from me. Okay. Now, my favorite is number 3. And I know many of you are really going to get excited about this. What if you are looking at, God is telling you, and oh my God, this is for somebody today. God is telling you that your time in ministry, in the way that you do in ministry is coming to an end. I don't know who that is for. And you don't know how your church is going to continue because you haven't had the time to develop them as leaders. And you know that there are people there that if they were developed, if they learn what you know, that they will be able to continue doing what God has called them to do while you go do the next thing that God has called you to do. But you have to develop them, you have to teach them, and you don't want to sit with them one-on-one. What if you put down in a program all the things that you know how to do and you make it a curriculum and you walk them through everything that happens in your ministry? Can you imagine that? And then the sooner you do that, the sooner you can certify them and they get to be as good as you are, or maybe even better, then you will be free with a clean conscience. You will be able to leave and do the next thing that God is calling you to do. This is a new season of new beginnings, a season of us setting things up for other people to continue doing them so we can do the next thing that God has called us to do. You might not say that this is for you, but you know this is for you. Maybe you're watching the replay and you're like, oh my God, how did she know? Did God tell her? God is moving. You've been feeling that tugging. You've been feeling that thing like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be doing something else. Well, you need to develop your leaders. You need to grow. Maybe you're looking at having more campuses, but how are you going to teach them all the time? You don't have time. Maybe you still have a 9 to 5 in the ministry. How do you develop your leaders? You create a program for them. You create a course so they can learn why you are at your 9 to 5. Do you see that? You see how amazing having a course or several, that's why I have more than 20, several courses about that list that I told you to create later, about what's easy for you. Do you see how it can change your life? And let's not even talk about the fact that it will be creating revenue for you. 100% revenue, by the way, because it's already created. Okay, even inside the Teacher Easy intro course, everything I teach there is with free resources. So it will be 100% profit because you're gonna create it once. All the tools that I teach inside that program, because it's for people that are beginning or people that don't want to spend a lot of money on resources. All the resources there are free. And on top of that, if you're not a techie, I also walk you through how to set all those things up. Now, whose wheels are turning right now thinking, oh my God, I can do that. Like if you know real estate, if you know investing, if you know cooking, if you know how to put a sermon together. You don't know how many pastors don't know how to do that. And you're like, yeah, Catherine, yeah. All the things that you could be doing, right? You're like, I'm leaving money on the table. God is up there shaking his head like, why haven't they thought about that before? Like, I gave them all those gifts for a reason. Many times we confuse that scripture and we think it's only talking about our spiritual gifts. It's all the gifts that we have. Every good gift. Can you type that for me? Every good gift comes from him. So if you know how to do it, God gave it to you. Why aren't you leveraging that thing? Teach other people. Remember, it's easy for them. It is not easy for you. Okay? It's not easy for them. It's easy for you. So leverage that thing. He's going to ask you, what do you do with the gifts that I gave you? What did you do? I can say, listen, I created courses. I created courses with a big capital S. Many, many courses. People ask me, can I learn from you? Absolutely. I have a platform full of my courses. Because I ain't got time to be sitting there teaching the same thing over and over again, and neither do you. If you're honest with yourself, you don't have the patience or the time to be teaching people the same thing over and over again. God is calling you to other things, okay? God is calling you to other things, period, the end. It is as simple as that. And you know that is true. You might slide in my DMs later on Instagram and say, Catherine, that thing you said, God has been calling me. Don't worry, I won't tell nobody. It's between you and God. But you know that God is calling you to do more. And you're like, I don't have time, God. And God's like, yeah, because you're not leveraging what I already gave you. Hello? All right. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. Now, you were asking me, these are the solutions that I have. Because God has been moving me to other things. I was full on teaching this all the time. Okay. I was teaching on a regular basis. I was getting exhausted and I was not loving it anymore. And that was God's way of telling me that it was time to move. It was time to do something else. And I did not know how to stop because I really love teaching. It's one of my favorite things to do. And that's why last year I took the time. And you see there, you see the little iPhone with the headphones. That's the audio version of the audiobook. Okay. I have the Kindle version of the book. I also created a printed workbook walking you through step by step of my 10-step formula. Okay. I had to do that. I already had it digital and it's fillable. Why? Because some people like to do it online and they don't want to have printed stuff. I'm like, okay, I took my time, y'all. Okay. I did the work. Can you type that for me? Can you just recognize that I did the work? I took that time seriously. It was not time off. It was not like, oh, I cannot travel. I'm not going to do anything. That's not what I did. I did the work. I did the work. And then I updated the intro course as well and the premium course. I needed to do that because if God was moving me, I need to have the funds to be able to do the next thing. Because sometimes we want God to give us a big bag of money. He doesn't do that. He's like, where are the gifts that I gave you? Leverage that. Leverage that. He'll be asking you the same thing. Leverage the gifts that I gave you. Okay? Leverage those gifts. So I want you to screenshot this. You're gonna get a copy of this of this presentation, but the package that I have for you guys is very simple. If you think that all you need is the audiobook, the printed book, and the workbook, and plus some other videos, that's $97. It is as simple as that. Okay, it's a no-brainer, really. And you're like, okay, Catherine, however, I am not very techy. I don't know what resources to use. Like, I don't know where to put the course. I don't know how to record the videos. I don't know how to do that. Then you get the intro course. The intro course is only $5.97, and you can even make 2 payments. So no brainer. What's inside the course? It's me on video. There's no fluff. It's walking you through step by step, all the 10 steps. The 10 steps are simple. And I even walk you. What my most exciting thing about the workbook, with the workbook, you get how to set up your social media the right way. Because I notice a lot of people don't know how to do that. Let me know if that's you. You don't know how to set up the major social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Okay. And you think probably have it set up. You don't know how often to post. Let me know. You're like, Catherine, how often do I post? When do I post? What do I post? I actually have a schedule for you showing you it's actually, let me just show it to you. Because I wish I had this. Nobody ever showed me that before. It would have made my life so much easier if somebody said, okay, Catherine, what's the schedule? So this is like the schedule with times, how much time it's going to take you, what you're supposed to be doing, how often, how frequent. And then when you set up your social media, like, what is everything called? Maybe you don't know what everything's called on YouTube. So I have a call out and it shows you every single thing, what it's called, what does it do, and why you need it in your life. I needed to add that because I realized that people were asking me the same thing. That's the beauty of what do I create, Catherine? You create what people are already asking for. That's what I explained to you, how I created the formula, how God gifted it to me at a conference, okay, that I was not even speaking at, and how every step helps you get to your next level. It is as simple as that. It can be simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. That's why I call it Teacher Easy. And a formula, because why does it have to be complicated for you? When it was for me, it was complicated. I did not know. So I had to create this for myself. Let me actually just give you this one thing. How many of you have books already that you wrote a book? It can be a digital book. It can be a printed book. Let me know. I'll tell you the real reason why I created this formula in this book. No books? If you're thinking of writing a book and you're like, what do I do afterwards? How do I leverage? How do I monetize? Because the book, like my book is only $27, right? And you can get that on Amazon, but I highly encourage you to get the book, the audiobook, and the workbook is the best, most complete solution aside from the intro course, okay? Well, I didn't know anyone that was teaching how you can teach your book. And I was asking God, who does this? Who teaches other people how to teach their book? And I kept looking and I kept looking. And then God's like, okay, you should write that because I don't know anybody else that's doing that. So that's how I turned my book into a course. Like I had to figure that out. And I made so many mistakes. From the mistakes came this formula. From the mistakes, I was able to create something that anybody can learn from. Anybody can learn from that. So hopefully you screenshot that. Let me know if anybody wants to get those links on the chat. I'll be more than happy to copy them there for you. Hopefully you did take the screenshot. Now I want you to screenshot this other one because I want you to connect with me if you have any questions, especially if you want to work with me and you're like, Catherine, oh my God, I need this in our church. I need to bring you. That's my email address right there. It comes to my inbox. My assistant checks it out. And I hang out the most on Instagram. I do have a YouTube channel, and I have all my books. You can find them on Amazon. Okay. But if you are serious and you're like, wow, Catherine, I need to learn more about the premium program. I am doing next level stuff. I want to create something that's $5,000, $10,000. That requires a conversation. So I will send you my calendar, learn more about you, and then we can talk. Okay. But I want you to screenshot that. I want to connect with you and see which of my solutions can help you today. Because if I did anything today, I hope I encourage you to look at courses in a whole different way. I want you to look at courses and be like, wow, I did not know that courses could free me. I did not know that I can reach more people if I create a course from what I already know, and it doesn't have to be complicated. I hope you got that. Thank you so much. I want to take any questions, especially specific questions. I don't mind. I didn't want to go in too deep with all the things inside the book because I wanted to have enough time to talk to you guys. So about all the things that I said, or in general, do you have any questions about how to get started? Any links that you want me to put in the chat? I'll be more than happy to put them in. Any concerns about, oh my God, I'm a pastor, or I do this and I don't know if a course is for me? Let me know. Awesome. Great question. Yeah. So the book, actually, in the back of the book, I have the list of resources that I use for this level. So in the back, I have the list and the links. And one thing that I did that I wish other people did, like they will give you the list of resources with the links. But if you've never heard of it before, you don't even know how to do it, right? So I actually have the link and then how to use that. I also give you, I like to do pay and free. So I have the free version that anybody can use and the pay version as well. Yes, so the book includes that as well. Good question. Good question. I recommend, especially if you haven't sold something before, in the book I explain how to do it, because I think it's important. I believe in making money, okay? I hope that nobody gets offended by that. So I believe that you should not be investing in things until you are making money. So I rather that you start with the free version of the platforms that I talk about. And then as that course begins to pay for itself, that then you can upgrade to a pay version. And I even talk inside the course, I talk about how you create the course in a way that it makes it easy for you to move to another platform. Why did I do that? Because I made mistakes. Not doing that, and then I had to redo many things. I assume your easy package is included in your easy intro course. I assume your easy package is included in your easy intro course. So thank you for asking. So what I decided to do, the book, it's included in the intro course. Okay. So what I decided to do for you guys, if you buy the course through the link here, I will mail you the physical copies of the book and of the workbook, but that's just for people that come from the conference. So you do have all the digital versions of everything. The workbook is there digitally. You can print it as well. But for anybody that buys the intro course, it's only $5.97, or you can make 2 payments. I will mail you those 2 things. Okay. So yeah, it's included digitally, digital, but I'm also gonna mail it to you guys if you get the course through the link. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so if anybody ever tells you to buy like all the bells and whistles and you haven't done something before and they want you to invest in a whole bunch of money, even if you have it, okay, because my life has changed and I'm still this way. Maybe that's the island girl in me. I'm like, how can I do this and make money before I invest anything? And that's what I even teach inside the book, how to launch it before you make it. Okay, so that's a freebie, even if you don't get the book. Never, ever, ever launch anything that you haven't pre-sold yet, because sometimes if it doesn't sell, then you don't create it. And I talk about at length at that. I love giving the package away because I want you guys to get the audiobook, because the audiobook is hilarious. The audiobook is me unplugged. So me, but even more excited because I love teaching. But I also give you examples of, before you create the course, like the thing that you will be known for. That's how I created 24 courses. I don't know how many there are, something like that. I created courses that will make me money. I created the thing that people were asking me for. Like when people were asking me how to write a book, people asked me that so many times. I'm like, sure, I'll create a course for that. So I created a course for that. And then they're like, but how do I outline a book? I created a course for that. How do I get better at spelling? I created a course for that. So every time they ask me for something, my students ask me for something all the time. Okay. So the moment you start creating courses for in your ministry and your business, you'll uncover other things that people need. And because it's easy for you, you'll be like, you need what? Like, I have been so surprised by the things people have asked me to create for them. I'm like, wow, really? And I don't mean it like in a mean way. I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised because it was never an issue for me, but it is for them. So I think the same thing is going to happen to you, that you're going to find that people are going to be asking you for things. So you're going to be like, wow, I can get paid for this. You're going to be thanking me. Please let me know when it happens, because I love to hear that, when people be like, I could be making money all this time. And the answer is yes, absolutely yes. Absolutely. I hope you guys learn. I hope I inspire you to think outside the box and realize that courses are easy peasy, especially when you know the order on when to create what, how to launch what, how to even launching. Like, I don't even know if that's something that any of you guys have done before, but launching doesn't have to be complicated. Launching can be fun, especially when you already have an audience. And I even talk about in the workbook how to build an audience, like what content you should be creating on a regular basis. Courses only sell when you have an audience. Okay. I think my time is coming up. I'll stay here. I will be also in the expo answering any of your questions. I'll probably teach a little bit more about the formula itself inside the expo, but I wanted to see if you guys had any other questions. I think you got the links. Let me go back and put the links up if you guys didn't take the screenshot of the packages there. So again, the package for the book is the workbook and the audiobook. That's $97. And the intro course, which I think everyone should get, is only $5.97. Or you can get it for 2 payments. And that I will also, for this conference, I will mail you out the physical copies. For the premium package, I haven't talked about it much because that is more of an investment, and I don't work with everyone just because I don't want to just take your money. I want to make sure you're ready. So you can apply. It's free to apply. And that gets you a conversation with me. So you send your application, we review it, and then we'll give you recommendations based on what your answers were. So I will kind of recommend that if you know that you have more of an advanced audience. Okay, so if you have an advanced audience and you want to charge them more money, I would suggest that you check that out. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. It's been my pleasure. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching and for the investment of time with yourself. It's really amazing. I'm really, really excited for you guys and cannot wait to see what you guys create and do with it. Okay. Thank you so much. I'll see you at the expo. If you have any questions, I'll talk a little more about the 10-step formula as well. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Feel free to go and network. I know we're supposed to be networking now. I'll go over it to the networking spot. And if you want to have any questions there, I will answer them. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much. So appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. See you soon, guys. Thank you.